go ahead and turn publisher, double click on P to run the publisher, and you should end it up right here. And then just click on new, but don't do anything else. Stay right there, okay? And I give you time because I know some of you have to go back and forth. The best way to work is to have me in half of the screen and publisher half of the other screen. So as I talk and walk you through the process, you can also do it in your computer. If you're not able to do that, I have a movie on the Drive share called Windows Fundamentals, and that one can actually show you how to do that as well. Is everybody here? Are you here, Annalie?
Yeah.
And the rest of you, Erica, Amy, and Laden?
Yes.
Yes, okay, great. So now we're gonna select the 8.5 by 11 blank, and it's gonna just take you here. Okay. After you are here, we are gonna, again, we're gonna design this. This is the pictures that I took, so we're gonna take it from scratch. Notice that it has a green background. So that's,
Maestro Ricardo, abro Publisher en built-in o en Future.
¿cómo? Dilo de nuevo.
Para abrirlo el Publisher, ¿qué vamos a seleccionar ahora?
Nada, solamente new
¿Un
y
nuevo?
nuevo, blanco, 8.5 y 11.
Ok, gracias.
Okay. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do based on the picture right here is the background to be a color. In the sample it says green, but you can actually select any color that you want. And I don't know if you notice that this one has like two tones. This one is a little darker and this one is a little lighter down here. So you can also create what is called dual tones backgrounds. So the way you create a background, so you click on page design. So on the menu, click on page design after you are inside the 8x5 by 11 page. And all the way to the right, you're gonna see something called background. Background.
Perdón, ¿me repite los pasos, por favor?
Le da un clic a page design on the menu.
Ajá.
Y después hacia la derecha, look background.
Ay, es que lo veo usted o me veo yo. Background, ok.
Okay, and there you give it a click and you see that you have solid and you have gradient. Gradient give you that dual tone that we looking for. Now these colors, you say, oh, these colors are ugly or whatever, right? So if you change the, on the page design, we can actually change the template. So you click on that, and based on the template that you choose, we have different colors. But we can also select the colors from here. You see these colors right here? And based on these colors, these background colors changes. For instance, if I select paper, Soltes. If I select Soltes right here, I give it a click first, and then when I go to background, you notice that now the colors are different. But if you know the color that you want, which we're gonna select ourselves, we can click on mold background. So we're gonna click on that, mold background, and then we're gonna create our own colors. So again, I click on background and then select the more background. Over here, we're gonna select gradient fill. And this first part, linear, directions, and angle, leave all of that the same. Now, these little arrows or pencils, click the inside, click on one, and after you click on it, click on the little X, and you're gonna just remove it. Click on the inside, X, remove it, and you only have one on each corner. We're gonna change the colors in a second. So only one pencil, one color in each corner.
Maestro, a mí no me sale esa opción de formatearlo, solo me dice Paint Row y me sale sólido y gradientes y elijo uno y cambia de color todo.
No.
¿En dónde encuentro el
Cuando le
formato?
das a background, sale small background. Escogiste gradient, ¿verdad?
Ok. Gradient es una forma de colores. Es un
Sí.
aspecto de colores. Ok.
Son más colores. El primero es solamente no color. El segundo es un color sólido. El gradiente son muchos colores para crear un color.
¿Y eso se elige donde están todos los colores?
No. Te estoy diciendo aquí, mira, le das background.
Permítame. Okay.
Background, more backgrounds.
Ok, más.
And then gradients fill.
Ok, ya.
Okay. And then see, if you have pencils, like in the middle here, like that, just click on it and then click on the X to remove them because we only want two. The one in the first and the one on the last. Now we're gonna select the colors. So we're gonna select so based on our sample here is a dark green and a little lighter green. So click on the first pencil and on the colors, we're gonna click on the drop down box and we're gonna select a dark green. And you see it changes immediately green, and we haven't changed this one. So notice that it goes half and half. And as I move the pencil more to the right, notice that it intensifies the color. Okay, but leave it like that. Then on the second pencil, click on it, and we're gonna select now a lighter green. So it goes from dark green to lighter. Go ahead and do that. And you can go crazy by clicking adding color. So if I click on this pencil, I can change the color to red, for instance. And you see, it keep on adding colors to the color. But for us, we're just gonna go from dark green to light. So this one, I'm gonna delete that red, and it's gonna be dark green to light green. And after you do that, just click OK. And it's gonna create the background. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes there for people to catch up. But again, we just want to have darker green to lighter green.
Can't get it.
How we doing? Are we doing okay?
No, I shouldn't get that one.
Oh, Who say that? Anali?
Me. Mhm.
What color do you get?
Greenish?
Oh, but you have a background color?
No.
Do you get what color do you get on the background? A different color than me?
It's green.
Okay, yeah, green is fine.
¿Cómo quito el rojo? Porque agregué rojo y se quedó rojo aparte.
Selecciona el rojo y le das a la X para que lo elimine.
Selecciono el rojo y le doy a la No se quita. Ay. Sigue mezclado los dos colores, ¿está bien?
No está bien. Okay, so no, if you have a different color than me, it's okay. But at least you know how to add color. You just gotta play with it. Gotta play with it so you understand. So remember that even though we walking you slowly here, if for whatever reason you don't get the same output as I have it, it's not a big deal. What I'm interested in is that you understand the process and you can do it yourself after. Okay, so whatever background you have is completely fine. It's nothing wrong with that. Okay.
Okay.
Disculpe, profesor, ¿en transparencia puso algo? ¿Algún
No,
porcentaje
todo lo demás era lo que estaba ya hecho.
hecho? Ok.
Sí, lo que estaba ya seleccionado, sí. Okay, so we have the background. Now we're going to add this title, tutoring, because this flyer is about how to tutor. And then we're going to add 3 images below, okay? So let's add the title first. So, yes, anybody has a question? Okay, so we're going to go to the insert menu. Click on the insert menu. And over here, we have a couple of things that we can actually add a text box like this and draw it. But the text box is very tiny text. You see, it's very tiny. So we're going to use a different, and we can enlarge it if we wanted to, but it's a better option than the text box for this title. And that is, so again, I'm going to go insert, and that is word art. So we're going to click on the word art. And we're going to select just the first one right here, fill. And automatically opens that dialog. So we're going to type tutoring, okay? And make sure that make it, you don't have to make it capital, but if you want to make it capital now, it's okay, okay? Tutoring. And for the font, I'm going to select Times New Roman, okay? Tahoma, sorry, Tahoma. I'm going to select Tahoma for the, and it's 36. Then we're going to click OK. And then we're going to move it higher. And this one, we're just going to drag it here at the bottom. And notice that as I move it down, increase it for me. Let me do that again. So it was down here in the center. I grab it with the mouse and I move it up. Notice that when I move it to the left, it highlights. It means that I touching the left. If I move up, it touch the left and the top is aligning it for me. I release it. Then I'm going to go at the very end when it becomes a double arrow and click and hold. And notice that when I drag it down, it takes the whole thing. I'm going to give you some time for you to do it. If anybody at any time has a question, just unmute yourself and ask. Don't be afraid to ask question because it's no wrong question. You can ask. And I speak both languages, so if some of you need to speak in Spanish, it's no problem at all. One of the good things about this word art is that you can actually change to different style. You see, if I wanted to change like this, I get a style like that. But for this exercise, I'm not going to do that, but the styles are there for you to choose. You see, you can click on these things like that, and you get different styles based on what you want to accomplish. So that looks kind of nice, but I'm just going to leave it just flat like this, okay? So far looks good. Notice that the Turing has like a little styles attached. It's like it seems like it's like sink into the paper. That style can be easily applied as well to this. So I can click on it. And then on the styles right here, oh, sorry, let me click on it, word art. On the shape effects right here, so I click on it and then I went to word art menu. They have the styles here, but to the right has the shape field. You can change the color, you can change the outlines, and you have also effects. And on the effects in Vivo right here, we can have it look like it is sinking or popping or something like that. So let me show you. So like this one is popping. So I give it a click. And notice that now it has that little style. I don't like the color. I can go back and change the color of it. Maybe by clicking on this one. But what I'm trying to show you is that you have those options right here. The other one is relax insect. I kind of like that one better. So after you add it, remember that you can change the feel, you can change the outline. I can add a little darker outline to it. And you can also have all of these effects that you can apply. So if you want to glowing a little bit, for instance, I'm gonna make it glow a little bit like so. And now you see that it's glowing behind the scene. So all of that is easily, and all of that's editable. So you can edit all of these parts of the object. Okay, so I'll let you play with that in another instance, but we're gonna continue. The next step is to add these 3 images. First, we're gonna use what is called image placeholders. Placeholder is that we designing how we want it to look, and then we add the images after. Can I proceed, or anybody has any questions? Any questions, Annalie? No, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Ladan, Amy, and Erica, are you guys okay? I don't get to see you, so I don't know, because you got your video off, but so you got to give me some type of signs indicating if you are okay or not. You are okay, Ladan? And Amy and Erica. Okay, so we're gonna add 3 images, but we're gonna add placeholders. So we're gonna click on the insert. And notice that we have pictures, we have online pictures, we have shapes, and we have picture holder. This is what we're after. So let me show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna add one in the center, and we're gonna add one to the left, one to the right, and the left and on the right is gonna swing out like wings, okay? So we're gonna click on the picture holder, give it a click, immediately puts it in the center, so you can then move it. So I'm gonna have a center, but I'm gonna enlarge it a bit. So I'm gonna enlarge this a bit. I'm gonna move it back to the center. You see that little line that appears? That means that it's center. Okay, that looks good. Then I'm gonna add, click outside. Oh, it disappeared. It didn't disappear, but you see, if I move the mouse over, it's there, but I don't see the edges. The way you turn those edges on, you click on the view menu and you click on boundaries. And when you click on boundaries, now you see that now appears. Again, to show the boundaries, so we see them, you got to click on the view menu, boundaries, check the boundaries box. So I'll give you time for you to do that. It's a shortcut also called Control Shift O, then you can do it from the keyboard. Let's go back to insert. Now we're going to add two more picture holders, one here to the right and one to the left. So let's add the first one. So I'm going to click on picture holder. Notice that I add another one. So I'm going to click and I'm going to move it here. And I'm going to enlarge it about that. And how do I go into that wing? So look, you bring the mouse slowly here, you click and hold, and now I can shift it about 45 degrees and release. So when the image get placed in there, it's going to be shifted about 45 degrees.
¿Cómo hizo que rotara? ¿Me recuerda?
O en este palito que está parado, le das un clic.
Ajá.
Con el mouse lo sujeta y lo mueve despaciamente hacia la derecha.
Ok.
I'm going to show you now a different technique. I need to add one more to the right that looks kind of like this. But instead of going picture holder again and move it, I can copy this and move it to the right. This is a technique that you should learn. It's very easy. Now, press and hold the control key. You need to press and hold the control key. And then click and drag. And notice that you move it and put it to the, oh, sorry, it didn't do it. Let me do it again. So hold the control key, click and drag, and then release. And now you have that. If you have problem doing that, you can do copy, click outside, paste, and and then you just got to move it into place. So either way, it's going to be fine. So either with a control drag or copy and paste, whatever makes it easier for you. Are we all good? We got that done, or anybody still working on it?
It might still work.
Okay, good. No problem. Take your time. Some of you have already did this, as I waiting for the rest of you, to fill in these images is very easy. You just click on those little icons inside the placeholders. So when you click on the first icon, notice that it brings that, and you're gonna do a Bing search. And what we after is that we're gonna find the center is gonna be books. The one on the right is gonna be laptop, and the one on the left is gonna be A+. Okay? So I'm gonna click on the center one first. I'm gonna give it a click. I'm gonna type books. I'm gonna select that one. And the good thing about this placeholder is that even if the image is bigger, it will adapt to that square. It will not go bigger. It will be just like that. So I'm gonna click insert, and you see that automatically adapted to that space. Then I'm gonna click on the right and select laptop. And you see, and if you need to move it a little bit differently, I'm gonna move mine a little bit differently, like that. Okay. And on the last one, I'm gonna say A+. And again, you can move it and adapt it the way you wanted it to see. So I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to do that. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I hear somebody with questions.
Sí, maestra, le comentaba que a mí mi laptop me quedaba un poco chueca, volteada.
Sí, pero lo que puedes hacer, la seleccionas así y vas y la mueves
La
como
vas girando. Ok,
la mueves como tú quieres moverla.
ok, sí.
Ujú.
De acuerdo. La idea es que no queden tan perfectas o encima.
Sí, que queda un poquito doblada, sí.
Sí, más alineadas.
Sí. And what we want is that this image, the top one is on top of the other two images. So you select the image on the center, right click, and select click on the center image, and then you click on format, click on bring forward. So it's gonna come above the other images. Bring forward, okay?
Otra vez me dice, no lo alcancé a ver. Bring,
So
le
le
doy a...
das un click, go to format and bring forward twice. So it's gonna be in front of this and that. You see that the computer is behind the books, not on top of the books.
Ok, gracias.
Okay. All right. That looks good. Any questions on adding? The most important part of this is that when we add image placeholder, the image that we add to that adapt to the size of the placeholder. But let me demonstrate what I mean. You see that books? If I would add that books just by doing online pictures without, and I click books, and I added that books right here, look how big that is. You see that it's bigger than that square right here. But because I did the placeholder and adapted to the size that I want, this image automatically went into that square. It didn't override the size, which is different when you add it by itself.
¿Lo copió?
Oh, no,
No,
solamente estaba haciendo online pictures without using the placeholder.
Ok.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, nice. So we had the title, tutoring, and then we added 3 image. Now, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna add just these words, and then we're gonna add the contact right here. And then, so let's add these 4 boxes. So the boxes are very simple. It's just text boxes. So we're gonna click on the insert, and then we're gonna draw a text box, and we're gonna draw it right here. That's gonna be one up to the center when you see the line. Okay. And leave it there for now, and then we're just gonna click on it, do right click, copy, click outside, right click, paste, and it pastes a second text box. You see that? So 2 text boxes so far. And then to do the 2 more on the right, very simple. You can click on the first one. This is a good technique to learn. Control Shift, press Control Shift simultaneously, and then click and drag to the right. And you see, I created a new text box and it's already aligned.
Maestro, para que queden del mismo tamaño, ¿qué es lo que tengo que hacer?
Eso fue lo que yo te acabo de explicar, pero lo hago de nuevo.
Ok, por favor.
Okay, so the first one, now hold Control and Shift. Presione las teclas Control y Shift simultáneamente y las dejas presionadas. Okay. Después le das un clic, cuando no la suelte, le das un clic al left click y lo mantiene presionado y la mueve hacia la derecha. Y ahí salió una igualita.
A ver, deje intentarlo. Click Shift y a la derecha. Okay.
The other way to make it identical, you just click on Control C, copy, click outside, Control V. But then you have to move it. So the technique that I show you, place it next to each other. So you ended up with 4 of those. So however you want to do it, Control C, Control V is okay. It's nothing wrong. You just got to move the boxes to the right locations.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Sorry about that. This is my first session, so I'm a little bit confused. Could you explain that? How did you make those squares again?
Yes. So what you do, you just click on the insert, and then over here say draw text box.
Okay, thank you.
And after you click on draw text box, you just get like a cross. So you just gotta click on the canvas down and to the right, and you draw the text box. If you want it identical as mine, the same size, you can, after you finish, click on it, and over here, so if you want it identical as mine, let's all of us click on the first one, click on shape format,
Okay.
and let's make it
Ok. 1 por 4.
1 and 3, just 1, 1, 3,
Ok, perfecto.
and then hit enter.
Para regresar, nada más la regla la paso, ¿verdad? Ok. Ya. Sorry.
Okay. So actually, instead of 1, let's make it 0.7 by 3.5. Okay. And then click on the next one, 0.7 by 3.5.
0.7 más 3.
3.5. And then when you change it, just click enter. So it changes the size. 0.7 is the height. 3.5 is the width. And then you're gonna click inside each of these text box, and you're gonna type this. So I'm gonna leave it there for you to, actually, let me just type it, and then you can see it. So computer concepts. Let me do the first one. Computer concepts. And then you select it and go click on the make it big. Continue until you make it big. So let me see. Mine goes all the way to 28 and bold, negrita. So computer concept. So I selected Calibri 28 and B.
¿Cómo le hago para solo seleccionar el texto y no se mueva el cuadro?
Le das dentro
Ah, ya.
y drag the mouse así.
Calibrí 28.
28 negrita.
So what font is that?
Calibri.
Calibri
Yes.
28?
28 and bold.
Okay.
And the next one is called desktop publishing. And let me see if it 28 will be also nice. Yeah, desktop publishing 28, also the same size and font. Intro to databases. Same thing, Calibri 28. B for bold. And the last one, Office application. So I just put in it there. I'm gonna give you enough time to finish it. Calibri 28B.
No, I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Anali, are you finished also?
What do you mean the The two boxes?
Yeah, these boxes right here. Do you finish
Yes,
them?
already finished that.
Okay, so now we're gonna add the next one. So this next one, which looks like this, many people get confused and they try to add what is called a table and try to do this manually. So for instance, if you are new to Publisher, you might try to do it like this, and that's too much work. So you might do it like this, and then add the table and then start typing here. That's too much work, you know, so don't do it that way, okay? So the way you do the tear off, make sure that you're not selecting anything. Just click on the canvas, and then we're gonna click on the insert, and over here we have something called business information. We have a whole class on business information, but for now we're gonna give it a click, and we're gonna scroll gently down, and we're gonna see contact information. So we have this style, and we have something called font tear off. Font tear off. So give that a click, and notice that it created a table for us. So we didn't have to create that little table. Okay, now I showed you before that if it is too tiny to see, you can actually go to the slider at the bottom and we can enlarge to see better. You see that? Another technique is that if you click inside, you can press the F9. So it's zooming into that location. Another technique is that you can use the control key and the mouse to gently do the wheel. You see that? And you can zoom into that. So whatever you choose to do that. Okay, so let's type the first one. So we're gonna start typing and we're gonna say call Ricardo, but you're not gonna type Ricardo, you're gonna type your name, because you are doing this because you're selling a service. So for instance, you're gonna say call Annalie, call Laden, because it's just to finish. And then I say A05 space 456. And this is not my real number. This I just making a number there. For more information.
Forgot the E for more.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Okay, let me see. And it's too much, so I'm gonna say for more info. So let me click over here, info. For more. Okay. So
the phone number is your phone number or home?
No, any number that you want to do it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move this here. Information. Okay. And the good thing is that we don't have to do all of that to every single box. You're gonna see that I'm gonna make it bold. The font that I use is I'm gonna choose Calibri again. And it's 11. So Calibri 11B bold. And when you're done, you don't have to go and click here, 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 and here. You just click outside and all of them get get changed to whatever you put in here. So when you type that in, just click outside and boom, you see that everything gets changed. Oh, it didn't change the B, so I'm gonna do the B. But the text gets changed automatically. And if you need to make this a little bit larger, you can just select the outside and you can bring it a little bit, you see, and becomes, and notice that if I continue dragging it, look what happens. It add more to it, which is kind of nice, huh? And if I short it, it takes away. So if you move it to the right, notice that it add more to it. If I go to the left, it takes away. Okay. So I'm just gonna add 2, 4, 6 of them.
Perdón, maestro Ricardo, me tuve que retirar unos minutos. Ahí nada más puso nombre y número de teléfono, ¿verdad?
Sí.
¿Y es el suyo o el mío?
O usted puede poner el que le guste. Es
Ok.
solamente como un ejemplo.
Ejercicio, ok. Nombre y número de teléfono.
Sí, yo puse llama a Ricardo, número de teléfono para más información.
Ok. Es como, ¿verdad? Porque estamos en inglés. To information.
Sí, for more information.
More information.
So far it looks something like this. So if you're doing it, nice. So very simple, but good technique. So you can create any flyer this way. You can create any flyer this way. The last thing that we're gonna do is to add what is called a QR code here. This is called a QR code. It's gonna go here, okay? So we're gonna click insert online, and we're gonna type QR code.
Perdón, maestro, yo voy ya terminé, ya se copió todo. Ahora, ¿dónde vamos a insertar el código? ¿A un lado?
Oh, sí, solamente le das un clic afuera, que nada esté seleccionado.
Ok.
And then insert online pictures.
Insert online picture, ok.
QR code. La QRCODE.
QRO. Ok, QR code.
Okay. And you can actually click on any one you like. I'm gonna just click on this one. And then insert. And it's gonna bring it, and we're just gonna make it, adjust it by grabbing the corners and dragging it to the place where we want it. So if it's too big, just making it small and just grab it about there. And I don't know if you ever use the QR code, but that one, you can actually create those online. And if you have a website, you can put your website. So when people look at that code with your phone, they don't have to type the address. It take into that address automatically. Okay, so this one is done. So we're gonna save this for people that have using Hancock computers. You know, if you turn it off, it's gonna erase it. So you wanna save it in your memory stick. If you have your own computer, you can save it into your documents. So the way you save it, you click on File, Save As. Over here, you're gonna look for Browse, or you can select this PC. It's gonna take you to the same location. So Browse. Then click on Documents. And this one is gonna be Lab 2.
Eso me sucedió la vez pasada, maestro. Lo guardé en mi computadora de Hancock y desapareció.
Sí, pero ahora vas a buscar tu memoria.
Sí, ahora tengo que usar la memoria.
Sí, muy bien.
El
So Lab 2 Turing Flyer. So type that and then save. And then we're gonna save it. And it's done. Okay. So we're gonna now do something, I'm gonna show you how to do some business card. So let me share, we're gonna create a business card. So I'm gonna share my screen, and I went to Google and I did a search for business card. You see business card? And they have this style, they have all of that. So let's say that you're looking at something like this and you want to maybe create something glossy. Let me see. I actually gonna create one from landscape. Let's say that I'm doing landscape as a business. Oh, actually, maybe photography, business card. Because I want to promote, I like to take photos. I want to promote, you know, myself. So you see this right here, looks interesting. So it has a picture of the person, first name, the address, and the logo. And this one over here, I like this one, has a background image, the name, and then the address. So I'm gonna show you how to do these two scenarios right here. So are you able to see my screen? Oh, are you guys able to see my screen? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing that I'm gonna show you here is to show you how to download free images. So I'm assuming that you have internet access. So we're gonna click on the new tab and we're gonna type pexels.com. So PEXELS.com. So go ahead and type that and hit enter. And these are free images that you can download for your business card and for anything that you want to use it for. It's completely free. So you can use it on your web, you can use it in Facebook, you can use it in your business card, you can use it in your flyers, you can use it anywhere. So I'm gonna do one for landscape. So I'm gonna type landscape and I hit enter. And you see it has all of these images that you can actually use for free. And this is incredible. So I'm gonna look for one as a background for my photography business card. So let me see. And I'm looking for one that is wide. So you see that one of them are portrait, the other one is landscape. So let's see. This one over here is very interesting. So I'm gonna use this one. If you want to use the same one, you're welcome to use it, but you don't have to use the same one I pick. You can pick any white image, okay? After you find one that you like and you open it, you notice that I say here free download. So I'm gonna click on that free download, and automatically it's gonna start downloading for you. And that's all. Again, that was called Pexels. So you can go to pexels.com, search for anything you want here, and the one that appears will be free for you to download. Okay, so let me now, I'm gonna take a screenshot of these two because I'm gonna now share my screen in Publisher. But these two type of business card, that's what we're gonna do. So let me get my snipping tool here, and I'm going to select this. So I keep it, and then I can now, I'm gonna stop share, and then I'm gonna go back to Publisher. Okay, so even though we have a business card template like this one, I'm gonna show you how to do it manually because I want you to learn it that way, is give you a little more flexibility. So we're gonna click on built in. And notice that we have business card here, and you can actually choose a bunch of different styles and stuff like that. But I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna come back to this one too, but I'm gonna show you for now how to do it manually. So we're gonna click on blank 8.5 by 11. And the first thing that we're gonna do is that we're gonna set this up for a business card template. So the business card template has some requirements. So we're gonna click on page design, give it a click on page design. Then you notice that we have some margins, right? Margins, orientations, size. At the bottom, we have something called page setup. And if you look at the next to page setup, you have a little arrow. Do you guys found it? The little arrow?
Yeah.
Next to page setup? What about you, Laden? Do you find the little arrow next to page setup?
Yes.
Give it a click. And here is where we're gonna set the margins for a business card. Usually a business card is 3 0.5 by 2.5, and you also have a 4 by 2.5. So I'm gonna choose 4 tab 2.5. Make sure that you choose what I have there. This top here, I'm gonna change it to 0, 0, 0, and 0. And notice that as we're doing that, it gives you a little image how they getting together. And over here, I'm gonna choose 0.25 and below 0.5. So those are the final settings. Make sure that you have just the way I have it there before clicking OK. So I'm gonna wait for you to finish that. When you finish, let me know so I know that you guys are waiting for me.
I'm done.
Okay, so that line is done. What about you, Anali? Are you almost done?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, so give it, click OK, and look what happens when I click OK. Now it makes it large, and now we're gonna concentrate just on that business card. But even though it's only one here, when we print it, it will print a total of 8 cards per sheet. Okay, so let me show you the one that we're gonna do first. So we're gonna do this one at the bottom first. The one that has a background, okay? So I'm gonna add what is called a guide. So bring the mouse slowly to the ruler until it becomes a double arrow. And then click and drag, and notice that I'm putting one line where I want the image to be and where the text is gonna go, and then release. If this guy, you don't need them, this is not gonna print, it's just for working. But if you don't need it anymore, you can just click and drag it up and it disappears. So I put my guy just, if you look at the left side of the ruler, I put it at 1.5. Let me make the ruler. You don't have to do this. I'm just going to make it closer so you get to see it. So you see the 1 here and the half. So I brought the guide to 1.5. Okay. So that's going to show me where I want to use the top area for the image and the bottom part for the text. Okay, so now we're going to add the top part. So we're going to click on, I'm assuming that you guys download that image, right? So I'm going to click insert, pictures, not picture online. I'm going to select pictures because I already downloaded, right? You too, I suppose. So I'm going to click pictures. I'm going to go to downloads because that's where Windows downloads it. So click downloads. I noticed that it says Pexels. That was the one that we just downloaded. Or I downloaded, you downloaded the one that you like. So click insert. And it's a large file, so we're gonna just adjust it a bit. So I'm gonna move my image, click and drag it slowly to the top corner, and then I'm gonna move it now and enlarge it So it covers the entire card. So that could be one way of doing it. So it covers the entire card. Just like that. So I'm gonna wait until you finish.
Excuse me.
Ricardo,
Uh-huh.
what about the ruler? Can you help me by the ruler?
Yeah, I have the same problem.
You know, the ruler here, I just put it back out because I don't need it anymore.
Right.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
I put two lanes by mistake. How can I erase one of them?
Okay, so you're talking about these lines here, right?
Yes.
So what you do, you just click like that and move it up and they disappear.
Not working.
Oh, it didn't work for you?
No.
Okay. Another way to do it, you can click on it on the line, and then click delete, the delete key. That works?
No, the line is not highlighted. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, you gotta go slowly. You can maximize so you get to see it better like this. And then when you click on it, you see it becomes like a double arrow, and you click on it, and it turns like green or pink. And then you can click on the delete key, and it disappears. But you can also move it up, and it disappears. I will move it up. I think the delete key doesn't work. Yeah, you have to move it up. But don't worry, if you put two, don't worry about it, because we're not gonna, that's not gonna print.
Okay.
Do you add the image and cover the entire card? Make sure that you add the image and cover the entire card, because we're gonna now crop the image. In other words, we're gonna cut some parts off the image. After you add the image, click on Format, and we have to the right a utility called Crop, C-R-O-P. Give it a click, and now you're gonna see this little, you see that little black thing? So if you move from the bottom up, no, don't do this like it becomes double arrow. When it becomes like that little symbol, then you click and drag, and notice that the image get like turned off. It's like ghost until you see that line that we created, and then just leave it right there, which is about 1.5. If you look at the ruler, and then let go. And what we just did is that this part above is gonna stay on. This part that is kind of whitish will be cut out of the image. To cut it, you just go back into crop and click crop, and it's gone. And then we only had the part that we left untouched. Try that. If you have any problems, let me know so I can do it again or help you with your computer. We are back. Let me share my screen again.
I'm not good at picking the landscape pictures.
It's okay. It's no problem.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, Laden, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so we're gonna now continue. So we got the image, and now we're gonna add. So again, this is, even though it looks huge, it's gonna print 8 of them. So if you actually click on File, just to view it and say, oh, print, you will notice that it will show 8 of them. You see that? But we haven't finished it yet. Okay. So we're gonna come back and we're gonna add now the name and a title. So we're gonna click on Insert menu. Then we're gonna click on Word Art. And we're gonna select one with the white. So I'm gonna click on this one on the third A, which is white with drop shadow. I'm gonna give it a click. And I'm gonna type my business name, or your name if you want to, if you're doing your business under your name. Well, I'm gonna say Ricardo. Don't type Ricardo, just type your name. Mercado. And then I'm gonna hit enter and I'm gonna say owner and then photography. Let me make this a little smaller so you get to see it. Like that. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. I misspelled my name. Ricardo Mercado, owner photography, okay? But in your case, you're gonna say maybe Landon and your last name, Anali Romero, and then owner photography.
Okay.
And then give it a click, okay. I noticed that it added, but it's too huge. So I'm gonna make, on the corners, I'm gonna make this a little smaller by dragging it. And then I'm gonna, be careful not to drag, not to grab the image, but to click on the box of the name and then drag it, okay? White, seems like a white is not that good with this. So I'm gonna change the color. I'm gonna click Word Art and then I'm gonna select maybe red. No, that one is definitely a no-no. So I'm gonna click on Shape Fields and I'm gonna choose, let me continue playing to see which one I like. 1 second. And I'm choosing Shape Field, so you can pick the color that best. I like that one. Maybe no outline. Okay. I think black is too strong. Let me try this one. Okay, I like that one. So Ricardo Mercado, owner photography. So that's the title of the business card. And again, if you want to see how it's looking, you can click File, Print. And notice that this one in the center is where you're gonna cut it, and then you're gonna cut. And I'm gonna add some lines to cut also. Okay, so now at the bottom right here, we're gonna add like the website, the telephone number, the address, where they can find us, and so on. So we're gonna insert a text box, and we're gonna go like not all the way to the end, but kind of from here to here like that. And that's where we're going to type the information about our business. The first one is going to say website so they can reach us. I'm going to say HTTP, or let's call it www.photography.com. Now to move the cursor, notice when you hit enter, it moves it and it leaves a space in between. I don't want a space, so I'm gonna hold the shift key down, and hit enter. And now when you hold the shift key down and hit enter, notice that it's next to the line. And I'm gonna then call phone. Actually, let's be more precise. Telephone. 805-123-5678. Shift enter. Email. Info photo at gmail.com. That looks good.
Ricardo,
Uh-huh.
can you share mine how my my font looks too big?
You found here.
Yeah.
So you click on it.
Yeah.
And then the things at the edges right here, you can enlarge or make it small, and that controls the font.
Okay.
And you can also double click on it. Oh, sorry. You can actually format word art, and you can pick the font on the size right here. So you can change the size of the font and so on. But by doing this, I can increase the size or I can make it smaller. Then the last thing we're gonna do, let me make this box a little bit smaller, like that. You don't have to make it smaller. I just want to add a logo right here, a photography logo, okay? And you can create your own logos if you wanted to with shapes. You can maybe add a shape right here like that.
Mm-hmm.
And have different, and you can actually change the color of this. Like that. Or you can go insert online pictures and you can say, I want to look for a camera because I'm photography, right? Camera. And I can pick a, or you can also search for photography. And you see that they have a little better choices here. I like this one, so I'm gonna pick that one. And probably it's gonna be huge, and that's fine. You just click and make it small. So you see a little combination of these two. I'm gonna send that to the back. So adding the sun and the camera together, I think I'm gonna add it in the opposite side.
So it's like a flash.
Yes. So And then I can make this a little smaller. You see that? Pretty neat, huh?
Yeah.
And when you now view it for print, it looks like that. And then when you take it to the print services, they print it just like that for you. And you just got to cut it right in the center. And then, but we can make those lines right now, so it's easy for us to print. But I'm gonna wait until you finish. I'm gonna show you how to add those lines. Okay, to add the lines, we're just gonna use a box that we're gonna put over it, and we just want the edges of the box. So we're gonna click Insert, and now we're gonna click on Shapes, and we have a square or a rectangle. Sorry. Click on the rectangle, and then click on the very top of your business card, and then drag the rectangle just to cover the whole thing, like that. And when you release, it's gonna disappear. It's gonna, no, but don't worry. I'm gonna show you how to take that up. So I draw a box over it. Now, when you drop a box over it, you have these options right here. So on the shape, I'm gonna select no fill. And you see now appears. And on the shape outline, I'm gonna make the line very thin. So I'm gonna say shape outline weight, and it's gonna be just 1/4 of a point. So it's very tiny. And it looks now like that. But when I print it, you're gonna see that now you're gonna see those lines, and you're gonna be able to cut them easily. You see the line? So you can now cut the business card on the right places. Pretty cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So again, I don't know if you guys, I did it too fast. You want me to do that one more time? The box
Yes,
over?
please. Yes, please.
Okay, so let me undo. Okay, so we finished this. So we're gonna add the box over the business card. So I'm gonna click on the Insert, Shapes, Rectangle, and I'm gonna go to the very top of my business card, click and drag down to cover the whole entire business card. And then release. So it's gonna disappear because it has a color covering the business card. Now we're gonna go into Shape Fill, and we're gonna say no fill. In other words, no color. So click, and now we see the business card, but the edges are too thick. So we wanna make those edges a little bit thinner. So we're gonna go to Shape Outline, and we're gonna select Weight. We're gonna select 1/4 point. And now when we click on that, notice that now it's a thin line, which is what we want. So great, so this looks good. You can continue adding things if you wanted to. For instance, let's say if I want to add my personal image right here. Let me show you how to do that. I'm gonna add an oval right here for my image. So I'm gonna click on the Insert, and I'm gonna click on Picture Placeholder. I'm gonna make it small because I'm gonna bring it to the corner right here. And now we're gonna change from a square style to oval. So I'm gonna select an oval like this one. Then I'm gonna now click on the picture, and I'm gonna select for man. So I'm not gonna put my picture, I'm gonna select man. I happen to be this guy. Click OK. And notice that now I just added an image of mine to my business card right there. And this outline, you can click on it. You can click picture borders and select no border, no outline. And now look how that looks like. So that's how you can create your business card, and you can actually add a personalized photo of you, your logo. You can add samples if you wanted to. And then when you set for print, notice that it looks fairly great. And you can take this to Kinko's or any printing area, and they're gonna cost you really cheap, and you can select a high gloss, and then the lines is gonna help you where to cut it so you get your business card cut correctly. Was that pretty cool?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, oh, now how do you save these? Okay, so we're gonna click on File. And notice that we have export. You see that say export? But let's save it first. We're gonna save it to your computer. So I'm gonna say save, browse, go into documents, and this one is gonna say business card template. Business card template. And then click save. Now, what was that? Then to take it to your print company, you can then say file, export. And over here, another say save for photo printing, save for commercial printer. So either this one or that one will work fine. So we're gonna say save for commercial printer, and then pack and go wizard. So you click on pack and go wizard. And what this does, it creates PDF and pop. So that's what the commercial printing do. So pack and go, click, browse, put it inside your documents. And then over here, we're gonna give it a name, right? So we're gonna say my business card. Oh, sorry. You don't have to give it a name. You just click on documents and select that folders, and it's gonna go into that document. So click, select the folder, next, and it's gonna do it for you right now. The print composite proof is a little picture of what the business card looks like. So leave a check, click OK. And then you just put that in your memory stick and take it to Kinko's or to any print device. This is the name, my business card. Save. And if you go now to your documents, you will see that you have a business card template zip, and you also have a business card PDF. And then you take that to those individuals, and then they're gonna print it for you. You can say, I want 5 sheets of 4, and I think they charge maybe like $2 per sheets. So $10, and you get 45 cards for yourself. And you can customize it however you want it for you. So I hope you enjoy the class. Any questions?